2006 Greaseman.
Hello?
Hey, what little dum, what little day.
What little I, what little low.
What little dum. Are you up and around?
Well, actually, I'm on my way out the door, Grease buddy.
Oh.
That's tough. He's Greaseman's like, I was kind of counting on you to do a pretty long call here. I thought we had figured this time out.
Oh, easy come, easy go. It was right in his fingers, and it just slipped out.
I was just on my way out the door. Hey, I don't have time to fucking do your radio show for you, Grease.
Oh boy, he was definitely like looking at the second-hand tick at the time of that call. He was like, oh my god, this is gonna fucking bail me out. And then like from the momentum from like this 10-minute call, I can go from there. And then just nothing. Like the way that he started that call is like, oh yes, thank God.
He was so
rolling.
happy.
We're rolling.
He was so happy. I'm going to go back there. I just want to hear that again.
And so she closed her eyes, and for a minute she was there, in my arms. For a minute she was smelling my aqua velva on my right guard. My minute up and around?
Well, actually, I'm on my way out.
Guys, I flubbed a little.
They want to do it there.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, what little dum, what little day.
What little I, what little low.
What little dum. Are you up and around?
Well, actually, I'm on my way out the door, Grease buddy.
Oh man, are you going to be late?
Yeah, I gotta go. We're another hideous.
Oh man, what do you got lined up? Another stinking day at the job?
Another faded beagle.
Oh my
I'm going to Greaseman impersonation school.
This is absolutely one of the most fucked things, man. He's just calling some guy who's doing an impression of him back to him.
It's bleak.
This is dire.
And then he said, he's like sort of like making a meta joke saying he's going to his job at the Greaseman impression school. This is truly bleak. I was just looking up because I wanted to get the name of the film. There's a film that's actually quite good. It's called Welcome to Me, and it's Kristen Wiig. She wins the lottery and she just pays to do a talk show, and all she does is just want to talk about like herself, and she just wants to go on the air. And that's what this reminds me of. It's just this rich guy who's just like, and yeah, his accountant's like, hey, Greaseman, you gotta start putting some money away. And he's just like, I gotta get back on the radio.
It's gonna take one fucking show. An influencer is going to hear one show, and I'm gonna be back on top again. Phone call queue completely full with people saying, what a lot of day.
So is that's the greeting? You say what a little day, and then he says what a little. Like, is that an understood thing?
I don't know, dude. That one was weird.
Are you really?
Yes, indeed.
Well, that's great. I didn't know there was one, but there's a lot of unauthorized things springing up on the web. And you know how sometimes women are upset when their husbands start talking like me. Imagine you and me having lunch together somewhere. Can you imagine what would be like if a waiter came up and said, yeah, gentlemen, can we take your order? And I looked at the waiter and said, well, you know what I'd like? Some tater tots and a bone dry martini. What about you, Steve?
Yeah, buddy, well, I'd like a stinking bowl of tuna fish.
All right, that's your martini.
Let's think about that for a second, if we could. Can you imagine if you were a server and you came up to a table? That's how the people ordered. I mean, it would be pretty fucking weird.
I would think, like, just based on that hypothetical, servers should be issued service weapons.
Yeah. I think, honestly, just based on that little story, I am going to tip more when I go out and eat. Just based on that.
So, like, this existing Greaseman fans were not... This is sort of like a man cow thing where it's like a lot of the support is hollow, right? Like you take it away and people are like, oh, that thing I like passively listen to is gone. I'll like listen to something else. And then it's back and like no one gives a shit because they've already like replaced it. It's an incredibly replaceable product despite Greaseman's eccentricities. But it's like, was he thinking he was going to pick up like new people? in 2006 doing this?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. And do you think it mattered to him? Do you think that, like, for these guys, it matters that they continue to grow, or is it just okay to be on the radio doing their thing, like getting up every morning and going and doing that and pretending to be a radio guy? I wonder.
I think we're looking at it. Him and Opie are like the same person.
Yeah.
And I think it truly bothers them not to be what you would consider famous anymore. Even though, you know, the Greaseman was famous in one city, but that's fucking one city. You know, you're the man. You go out, you get to do whatever the fuck you want in that one city. You're like fucking Tom Cruise. And I think that's what he wants. And he does not have that anymore, much like Opie.
No, it's just like all the Greaseman stuff is so like unnerving to me because it's not even like talent versus not talent. It's just like I like actively hate listening to him. Like, I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what the fuck the point of any of this is. Like,
it really seems pointless. It really does all seem and it seems like all stream of consciousness too, kind of.
Yeah, stuff. I think that's amazing that he's like, oh, I didn't write this down. It's like if you wrote it down, it would be somehow worse.
Yeah. Can you imagine it written on paper? Like gobbly-goobly, boobly bobbly, you know?
Who the fuck would write something like this down?
I'm going to call a guy later.
How could you even spell the words? Like, they don't have spelling.
Yeah, this is just baby talk. What the fuck? Oh, I made that up. No way, dude.
How did it get to racism? That's where you're like, what the fuck? How did waddly doodly hoodly boodly get to fucking racism? It sounds like such a leap to me. The act that I have come to understand from listening to a lot of this stuff, that it somehow got to that, I think is really the shock. There's still more to this call.
Get a bowl of stinking tuna fish. What do you
Tuna fish, tuna fish.
What do you
Oh, I like a rancid bowl of stinking tuna fish.
What do you think of the waitress? Nice tatas a kimbap.
Oh, hey, probably a nice scamper, huh?
Yeah, I think you're probably right on that.
Huh?
I don't, stepper or stamper?
Scamper?
Yeah.
Oh, here she comes. Mum's the word.
Yeah.
Methane. I feel the need to expel methane. Imagine the two of us is achieving a simultaneous Shangri-La if we decide to double do some name.
It would sound like this.
I think we'd drive the world crazy, you and me, we were to team up.
Oh, well, I drive enough people crazy as it is.
All right, well, I'll leave you to your day.
It's
Right,
like, yeah,
buddy.
Thank you so
honestly, my family is exhausted by it, and nobody wants to.
I'm on my way to, he's on his way to work too. That's what I love about this is that the guy's on his fucking way to work, and the Greaseman is it's like trying to keep him on the phone as long as.
Yeah, the poor guy. Yeah, he's trying to trick him into getting into bits and stuff.
Oh boy. Oh fucking boy.
All right, with two more and we are done.